All right, Whitney, let's take a look at your paper. MLA format first. Everything looks good here, 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 and here. Pom-pom, the forever sport. I am not super excited about. I think it's a little too pom-pom-y. So hopefully we can come up with something better. All right, so with your introduction, a wise woman once said this quote. A, I don't know who said it. B, the punctuation's not, or the MLA citation is missing. So I'm assuming that it's some quote you got online, which you don't have a works cited page, so this is going to confuse me. If it is somebody that you really know, you need to tell me, because otherwise I just think you're putting in a quote and you're not citing it and you're losing points. So make sure it's clear on that. So then you jump into, it lights me up like a sparkler in July. So I like the fact that you're using figurative language, but I have no idea what it means yet. Deep inside me, there's a burning desire to perform. Then you finally get into POMs. It's something you're truly passionate about. My teammates have molded my love of POM. Performing gives me overwhelming amount of pleasure. Staying physically healthy is a bonus. So I'm assuming that those are your three main points, since you're going to start talking about your lifelong bonds down here. So you never really introduce your topic, which is, I guess I don't know. Is it what causes you to like POMs, or the effect of joining POMs? So that needs to be clear in this introduction. Something else to look at. A, this is way too short. In fact, I think your whole paper is way too short. But this paragraph is way too short. But look at the length of your sentences. There is no sentence in here that is longer than a line. None of them are longer than one line. In fact, some of them are half a line, basically. I mean, this one is half a line. This one's half a line. This one's half a line. I mean, you don't have any long sentences. You have all these short, choppy sentences. Really work on, Whitney, altering the sentence length to have more complex sentences in there. And we can work on that together, too, and I can show you some more places to do that later. But really work on that. Your last thing should be your thesis statement. I will never forget the impact it's made in my life. Guess what? Your thesis statement is what that impact has made. How has it changed you? For the better, I'm assuming. That needs to be your thesis statement. So you have to change this in order to make it better. So the first paragraph is about the lifelong bonds that you have created. All right. You are suffering from a disease, Whitney, that I'm going to call lack of detail-itis. So everything you have in here, no offense, but I could write this stuff, and I've never been in POMs before. Like, it's all very... They're just like platitudes. They're just like these statements that don't really mean much of anything, because there's no real detail behind it. They can light my mood anytime. Well, so can YouTube, you know. Even outside of season, we're always there for each other. How are you always there for each other, even outside of season? That's what I want to know. So give me some specific examples. You know, a girl breaks up with her boy, you're there comforting her, feeding her ice cream, and taking her to the movies. We laugh. There's this one time in season when Victoria fell on a banana peel and blah, blah, blah. Give me some examples, okay? They can lighten my mood. This is what they've done for me that makes it specific. Those are the kind of things that are going to set your paper apart. These are all things that any girl that's ever done POMs can probably say. And they're kind of cliches. They're like a second family to me. Such a cliche. They'll have my back, and I know that I have theirs. Really bad cliche. So you're going to want to set yours apart by having more details and more specific examples in here. You do have a nice transition at the end here. We're on top of the world. And then you get into the performances and what that is. You still, again, I'm not exactly sure. I'm thinking this is yours is about what has caused you to enjoy pom-poms, or the causes, or maybe, I don't know. Whitney, I'm confused. Is it the effects? Is the causes? You got to be clear in the introduction what we're looking at. All right, so the next paragraph is about performance. So let's take a look at this. All right. So now you're getting to the performance. I'm probably going to tell you that this needs to be reorganized. I'm thinking you probably go physical aspects, which builds you into your teammates, which builds into your performances. I'm thinking that's probably the order you want to go in. A little bit more chronological would make a little bit more sense organizationally. A couple punctuation things here. Having a crowd of any number, whether it be 10 or 1,000, comma, makes my heart race. You have a space here that you don't need after the word and in between the period. Hitting moves with every ounce of force I have breaks me, no comma, yet makes me stronger. That's kind of a cliche statement again. I become a new person out there is a cliche statement again. I want to see some details, like, yes, you have pride in the routines and in your captains. This isn't a bad paragraph. You got some good word choice. Roaring applause, fabulous performance, gratification. I like those words. You basically already said this, though. When I give everything, it gives me satisfaction. You already kind of said that in the last one. Again, you have some space issues here. You have too many spaces. It's always worth the pain, which is a good transition into the next one, so I like that. But again, details. I want more details as you write. Something that's specific to you, something that's not a cliche that every little pom-pom girl in the world could write about. I want to hear what only Whitney has experienced and why that's special to her. All right, so we get into the physical aspect, which, again, no surprise, needs more detail. I like that you talk about stretching. As somebody who also works out, I understand the importance of stretching, so that part is important. And then you get into snapping and remove is difficult. It makes me ache in places I didn't know I had. Again, give me some examples. I know you don't know that you had them, but what is it? The legs? Is it the arms? Is it the core? Is it give me some examples of what hurts. Give me some examples of maybe some really rough practices you've been through. And I think one of the misnomers about POMs is that you guys probably have easy practices or something like that. Tell me how physically exhausting practice can be, and some of the aches and pains and actual injuries that you can get from it, or give me some personal examples. You're using I in here, Whitney. You got to give me some personal stuff here. Bill's definition tones me up, which I get. This sentence is funny to me. If I didn't have POMs to keep me fit, I wouldn't be. I think you can probably reword that a little bit. I would be, if I didn't have POMs, I would be a lazy bum on a couch eating Doritos and binge watching, Pretty Little Liars. I don't know, whatever. But maybe have a little better ending to that sentence. All right, so now you get to your conclusion, and I'm going to harp on you about sentence length. Short sentence, short sentence. Short sentence, short sentence, short sentence, short sentence, short sentence. Like, this is only the sentence that's the longest, and it's barely a line long. Everything else is like a half a line long. You have got to extend, even though the stuff that you're saying, you're technically in the right order. This is not the thesis statement. You need a strong thesis statement. This is such a cliche. I would immediately cut that out of your essay. So you can talk about the bonds, working out boosts your mood, which you actually never talked about. Performing, this is closer to the order that you really should have it in. So the bonds you created alongside your friends working out, which transforms into a performing piece, that's really closer. And I said working out first, then bonds, then performing, but either one would be fine. I dread the day that's over. My career is halfway through. The best I can do is cherish pom-pom while it lasts. Meh. So again, no works cited page, which you probably need for that quote at the front, unless it's from something that we already know about. So Whitney, details, longer sentences, and hopefully we'll see a rewrite out of you soon.